Live from the Fireplace Center Sports Studio, this is SWX on Montana Right Now.
Thanks for staying for Sports Sunday Matinee for the Montana State men today as they wrap up their road series in Idaho. Bobcats gave Idaho their first win of the season on Thursday, and today they bounced back with a 71-61 victory. Amin Adamu led the Cats with 21 points. They improved to 10-8 this season, currently good for 5th in the Big Sky Conference. Meanwhile, the Montana Lady Grizz entered the week riding a 5-game winning streak. That came to a screeching halt after getting swept by Idaho State on Saturday. The Bengals are the top-ranked team in the conference, and they showed everyone why. First, handing Montana a 30-point loss on Thursday. Then they followed that up with a 16-point victory on Saturday, thanks to some hot shooting from 3. Silver lining for the Lady Grizz, Abby Anderson and Carmen Gfeller continued their strong play, and now they're gearing up for their regular season finale against the second-ranked Idaho Vandals.
You know, when you have the top 2 teams at the end of your season, it just makes you that much more hungry and much more willing to work, and you know, you want to go out with a bang and get those wins on them.
I consider going in this weekend our pre-test. So our final is Boise, and this is our pre-test. So this was our pre-SAT, and there's areas that we did okay in, there's areas we can improve on, and we'll carry that, continue our pre-test in Moscow, and then we'll go on to Boise for the final.
The Frontier Conference Basketball Tournament Championships are set after the semis were played on Saturday night. Top-seeded Carroll College rolled against MSU Northern last night. Saints will now host Montana Western after the Bulldogs took down Providence. Women's championship game set for tomorrow night at 7, and you can watch it live right here on SWX. As for the men, it's another rematch between the top 2 seeds Carroll and Providence. The 10th-ranked Argos won both matchups with the Saints during the regular season. Tip-off Tuesday night at 7, and again, you can watch it only on SWX. In the high school ranks, the Manhattan Tigers defeated the Townsend Bulldogs last night in their home gym for the District 5B Championship. Tigers guard Caden Holgate had a game high of 20 points on the evening, and Manhattan hadn't lost a game to the Bulldogs all season long, and Holgate says even though he's excited to play in the divisional tournament this coming week in Billings, playing for the final time, picking up that win is bittersweet.
You know, there's some ups and downs with it all. It's the last game on the home court, but overall it's a good start for the tournaments. It's meant a lot. We've had a lot of good players come through here. And to be up there with those guys, it's a great feeling.
And while finding ways to play sports in the last year has certainly been a challenging issue for so many at all levels. There's no perfect answer, but maybe one group who's been lost in that conversation is the athletic trainers. Sean Rainey spoke with some trainers over in Missoula about their role in athletics during the pandemic.
Oh, you can take my ankles while I'm here, don't you?
Athletic trainers are a vital part of high school sports, and like many of us last year, they were unsure of what their future would hold in a pandemic world.
You know, we go to state basketball tournament and things get shut down that Friday night. And then from there it's kind of a whirlwind for 2 or 3 months figuring out if we were going to have jobs.
For trainers Dustin Burton and Paul Kapp, the spring was obviously very quiet, but that was just a build-up for the chaos that would ensue.
Once June 1st kind of rolled around, that was really when we started prepping for, you know, how are we going to actually play sports during this pandemic.
Challenge number 1 was working with the MCPS nursing staff, administration, and athletic directors to form a detailed plan to send to the health department. Challenge 2 was implementing said plan, especially with a sport like football.
You know, how do we contact trace them if somebody tests positive? How do we keep them separated? What do we do with masks, with the helmets? So that one was pretty tough.
Difference between a football practice where there might be 100 kids out there to a volleyball practice where maybe there's only 20 girls inside. It's a big difference, and being indoor-outdoor was a big difference, and I think we're learning to manage that a lot better.
Challenge number 3 was treatment. Creating pods and an organized schedule to help every student athlete who needs it wasn't easy for Burton, whose training room isn't the biggest. For Paul Kapp at Hellgate, it just so happens the Knights completed their brand new training facility, which couldn't have come at a better time.
We are in a position where I can pretty comfortably get, 10 kids in here, and they're spread out and they're able to do the exercises. We don't have to utilize the hall as much. We have some good rehab equipment to use and things along that line. So yeah, it kind of worked out just perfect.
Being a high school trainer is a whole lot more than just taping ankles. Not only looking over the physical health of these student athletes, but especially during a pandemic, it's about the mental health as well.
He also can be a resource for me as a head coach, and checking in about the mental state of our athletes. Are they exhausted? Are they engaged? Just a helpful tool for all the coaches.
But with the kids, you always worry about the mental health aspect, and I think that's been a huge focus on our part, and I know our coaches focus on that, making sure the kids are staying connected. They still feel like they're part of a team.
Good work from all the high school trainers in our state. Well, finally, it's time for the SWX Hit Play of the Week.
The SWX Hit Play of the Week is brought to you by American Auto Body.
Billings Central and Havre boys. Rams get up to Brock Blatter looking for the slam. Not so fast as Isaac Pedraza. Check out the effort again from Pedraza on the block for this week's SWX Hit Play. Well, Central, of course, did get the last laugh, winning their second divisional title in 3 years. That's your look at sports. We're right back after this.